Understanding XR Controllers and Human Interfaces, Course Chapter 2. At the successful completion of this day's training, learners will be able to set up and configure Google Cardboard VR in Unity, create a simple gaze trigger in Unity using raycasting, event management, and UI elements. Unity. Ensure you have the latest version of Unity installed with the Android Build Support module enabled. Android SDK. Download and install the Android SDK from the official website. Java Development Kit, JDK. Make sure you have the JDK installed. 1. Configure Android build settings. 1. Open your Unity project. 2. Go to File and then select Build Settings. 3. In the Platform drop-down, select Android. 4. Click Switch Platform. 2. Set Build. Target. In the Player Settings window, under Other Settings, select the desired target API level. This should be compatible with your target devices. Set the minimum API level to the lowest version you want to support. 3. Configure build options. In the Player Settings window under Scripting, define symbols. You can define custom symbols for your Android build. Adjust other settings as needed, such as scripting backend, target architecture, and compression method. Let's watch a video demonstrating the configuration of the Unity project file for an Android build. Google Cardboard was an affordable and accessible way to experience virtual reality using just a smartphone and a simple cardboard viewer. Released in 2014, it allowed users to explore immersive content by placing their phone inside the viewer, which used lenses to create a VR effect. While it lacked advanced features like motion tracking or controllers, it introduced many people to VR for the first time. Over time, more advanced standalone headsets like the Oculus Quest and PlayStation VR replaced it. But Google Cardboard played a key role in making VR more mainstream. Let's watch a video demonstrating which package we need to download from GitHub. To install the Google Cardboard plugin in Unity, follow these steps. 1. Open Unity, launch Unity Hub, and open your project. 2. Asset Store. Go to Window, then select Asset Store. 3. Search. Search for Google Cardboard SDK. 4. Install. Find the official Google Cardboard SDK asset and click the Download button. 5. Import. Once the download is complete, click Import in the notification that appears. 6. Import Settings. In the Import Package window, select all the items and click Import. 7. Configure. Go to Edit, then click Project Settings, then select Player. In the XR Plugin Management section, enable the Google Cardboard plugin. 8. Test. To test your Cardboard app, use a Cardboard viewer and connect your Android device to your computer. You can use Unity's remote debugging feature to run and test your app on the device. Additional notes. If you're targeting iOS, you'll need to follow similar steps to install the Cardboard SDK for iOS. Ensure that your project is configured for VR development, including enabling the VR SDK and setting up the camera. Refer to the Google Cardboard SDK documentation for more detailed instructions and examples. Let's watch a video demonstrating the installation of Google VR plugin. To add the player and the event system script to your mobile VR app using Google Cardboard in Unity, follow these steps. 1. Add a plane mesh. In the hierarchy window, right-click and select 3D object, then select plane. This will create a default plane mesh in your scene. Adjust the plane as desired. 2. Add the player. In the hierarchy window, right-click and select empty game object. Rename the game object to player. 3. Set the player as parent to main camera. Click and drag main camera into the player game object. 4. Add the GVRR asset. In the Google VR Assets folder, search for the GVRR and add the GVR reticle pointer to the camera as a child. 5. Add the GVRE asset. In the Google VR Assets folder, Search for the GVRE and add the GVR Editor Emulator and GVR Event System as the child to the player game object. Let's watch a video demonstrating the player setup in the scene. To add the interaction for your player using the UI elements to your mobile VR app in Unity, follow these steps. 1. Adding a button. In the hierarchy window, right-click and select UII, then Button. Transform, Rect Tool plus Scale Tool, and change the position, Move Tool, of your canvas depending on where your camera is located. 2. Canvas Render Mode. Change the canvas render mode in your inspector window from Screen Space Overlay to World Space. World Space frees the UI element from screen constraints. You can position them relative to other 3D objects in the scene, ensuring they remain visible and accessible even when the player moves their head or the camera. 3. Event Camera. Attach the main camera to the event camera in the provided placeholder that reads None Camera. 4. Testing. Press play to view the game. To imitate the movement of the player's head, press Alt key while moving your mouse. When the reticle interacts with the UI element, the reticle should expand. Let's watch a video demonstrating the interactions between the reticle and UI element. To add the event triggers to the UI elements to your mobile VR app in Unity, follow these steps. 1. Add an event trigger component to the button. Select the button in the hierarchy and in the inspector window add a component. Search for the event trigger component and add it. 2. Add new event type. Select Add New Event Type, add the pointer enter and pointer exit triggers to the selected button. 3. Add event triggers. Add a new trigger by selecting the Addition button on both the triggers. 4. Add a 3D object for testing triggers. To test the event triggers attached to the button, add a 3D object by right-clicking in the hierarchy. Click and drag the 3D object into the trigger's None object placeholder. Select different functions for the 3D object to test and run the project. For example, adding a mesh renderer.material function on both pointer enter and pointer exit to change the color of the 3D object. Let's watch a video demonstrating the event triggers added to the UI element. To create a timer for the gaze reticle pointer, attach the provided script as a component to the reticle pointer. Download the script from the next item in the course page.